go.
What?
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 Here we go.
What were we doing again?
Hookers and blow.
Hookers and blow? Okay. Hang on a second. Oh, the fuck I'm
That's what
doing
you do when you're
anymore.
driving through. That's what you do when you're driving through Macca's, and they go, "You like Coke with that?" Yeah. Yep.
Yes, I tried to do coke once. I got an ice cube stuck in my nose.
Yeah, I can't do any Coke. Hunter's done it all for me.
Oh my god. Oh, we're going to hell in a handbasket, aren't we, Farty?
Oh, I made a meme with fucking Vlody Sililinski. Fucking, he's there, looks like he's stoned off his ass, and I just captioned it, "Dude, I found Hunter the stash."
Must have not had to look very hard.
I think he just walked in
Fuck
the
me,
White House
dude.
and inhaled fucking deeply. Hey, that's probably the reason why they're all fucked up for the last 4 fucking years. They just, like, every time they breathe, they're just getting contact highs or fucking Hunter's stash all over the place.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, after all, he was under the impression that fucking Parmesan cheese was fucking crack. So he must have been fucking losing it everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, go back to the footage where fucking Joe Biden's going up to Hunter and then patting him on the back, see if a little cloud comes off him.
If not, we can add that cloud. We'll do it in post.
Hey, that's probably the reason why he was all intermittent, you know. Like, he's completely loose in 1 minute. Hey, Hunter, come over here. Pat, pat. Oh, wow, now I can't even climb a flight of stairs.
The fuck, Farty?
Oh, I think we fucking figured it out.
I think so. I'm trying to figure what. Okay, that's what that is. Okay. My God, Farty. My God. All right.
I'm not a god, but I'm close to it.
Okay. There's been quite a lot of FAFO moments in the last week or so, hasn't there?
Yeah, and I'm surprised no one's made the meme from South Park where that guy's like, "I'm above the law."
That fucking the Canadian Prime Minister. That was the Canadian Prime Minister, wasn't it? Or am I just losing my fucking marbles again?
I can't remember who it was, but it was some cunt with a comb over, and every time he went, "I'm above the law," and he squirts some fucking hair gel in his hand.
I think that was the Canadian Prime Minister. Hang on. South Park. I am above the law. Okay. Yeah, I know. Oh, okay. Yeah. It was I know god damn, what was that that was the Chef Aid episode. That was a Chef Aid because the music industry guy was all like
That's it.
Was like Chef's song belongs to us. All of Chef's shit belongs to us. You can't pay us. We're gonna do whatever we want because we're above the law. Which
I'm above the law.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the music industry in a fucking nutshell. The above the law. But my favorite FAFO moment from this last week was the judge from like 2 towns over from where I live. Got fucking sent up the creek by the FBI because she fucking let an illegal out through the back fucking fire escape or some shit. Through the fucking fire escape or the back exit of the fucking courthouse. After yelling at fucking cops that she wasn't gonna hand the dude over.
Fucking.
So not
It's
only did they get her, but they got the dude she tried to let go.
Well, it's even funnier the MSN, like Ratchet Mad Cow and fucking all those fucking hideous fuckwits on
Oh yeah.
MSNBC and CNN and all that kind of shit going, what did she do wrong? Trump's a fascist. He's trying to subvert the legal system. Where. This judge did nothing wrong. Obstruction. Abuse, assault and fucking law enforcement officers, perverting the course of justice. So there's three just off the top of my fucking head, and I'm pretty sure if I was more savvy with US law, I could find about a dozen fucking more.
Oh yeah. Because there are certain laws that are just kind of universal, you know.
Yeah.
Not to mention, fucking if they really wanted to stretch it, and they wouldn't have to stretch it much. If they really wanted to stretch it, they could tack on sedition. They could tack on conspiracy to commit sedition. They could
Support
tack on
terrorists.
so they could tack on domestic terrorism charges. They could tack on
Aiding and abetting.
well yeah, that's what she was hit for anyway. She was hit for aiding and abetting.
Yeah, aiding and abetting a known criminal, I think is the full
Yeah.
charge.
They could hit her for treason.
Well, what's also apparent too is that if this dumb fuck thought that that was perfectly fine and all this kind of shit, clearly this dumb bint was not fucking qualified for the job in the first place. So what should also happen is they should go through every single fucking case this dumb cunt fucking sat through with a fine-tooth fucking comb.
Yeah.
And see what else she did wrong. But that's funny, you know. It was like, I'm
Yeah.
qualified. I know my job. Why'd you do that? Clearly, you fucking don't.
Yeah. I thoroughly am enjoying this season of America.
This season in America, America, fuck yeah! They've renounced communism because that did not go well. Let's see what happens now, boys and girls.
That sounded too fucking perfect, Farty.
Yeah, that's because I did this 4 years ago. And on this season of America, fuck yeah! They're trying communism. Oh no, how's this gonna end, boys and girls?
Surprise, it ended with communism not taking root.
Surprise, surprise, it ended up with every cunt waking up and fucking renouncing it.
Yeah, I'm honestly fucking shocked at the amount of people trying to like, okay, so here is my point of contention for everything going on right now. I am fucking sick and fucking tired of Trump is evil. We've heard it for fucking going on 10 years now. Okay, we've heard it for more than the better part of a fucking decade, and I am fucking sick to death of it. We've been hearing about how evil Trump is since 2014, right? Since 2014, they've been like, "Oh, Trump is evil. Trump is evil. He's the Antichrist. He's Hitler." Uh, okay, prove it. Oh, but prove it. No, prove it. Tell me what he's done that has been so evil. There's some shit that he's done that really pisses me off. When he sided with the fucking when he sided against firearms, right? When he sided against the Second Amendment, and he decided to sign in an executive order or some sort of legal action that prohibited like certain things that some weapons require, right? Like for maintenance and upkeep. I'm not going to go into the whole thing because YouTube is just going to be like, Um, but he signed into law or an executive order that banned a whole bunch of shit um that was required for people at home to maintain their weapons with the along with the famous bump stock ban, right? That was like one of the things that he banned from in that sweeping legislation. And there was other shit in the law that you guys should really go look at that really makes you go, what the fuck?
But he's kind of fucking redeemed himself of that because basically the ATF looks like they're about to be abolished.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
But my point is that there are some things that he's done that have pissed me off, yes. But I'm not going to sit there and go out of my way to say he's ruining the country or that he's doing this evil act or he's doing that evil act because he's not. Okay, he's doing what he thinks needs to be done as the president. And these fucking leftoids, right, had their fucking turn. You
Mm.
had your turn. You had Obama, you had Clinton, and you had fucking Biden for 4 years. All right, that was basically Obama's third term.
Yeah.
Um, and to sit here and say, "Oh, well, Trump is undermining democracy, or he's doing this, or he's doing that," no, he's not. You guys are just so fucking far up your own asses that you perceive anything that you don't agree with as as some sort of cultural evil. And it's really starting to boil my piss.
Well, just on one thing that, and you'll actually find that dumb cunt's got in his fucking ear, and he just sort of went along with a few things, and they snuck a bunch of shit in, like
Oh
with
yeah,
that bump block thing, because he kind of actually repealed that this time around.
right.
And there was also something to
Well,
do with
that was just an example of some of, like, there are some things he has done that pisses me off, yes, but he's the president. It's his prerogative to do those things because he
Yeah.
thinks it's like in the best interest of the country.
No, well, that's more the ATF than anything else. Like they
Right.
fucking sneak that shit in underneath the radar. It's like,
Well,
oh,
it's just like
sign this bill for that, and then
right.
please don't read the fine print where we're gonna like, yeah, give us carte blanche to completely fuck everybody over and be a war unto
Right.
ourselves.
It's like when they
Yeah,
snuck in all those fucking executive orders last second and they just slid shit under Biden's nose to sign on the
pretty
last
much.
day of
Yeah.
him being in office.
Well, he's
Um,
now fucking savvy to that. But
yeah,
with some things though, like I don't really understand, like because like say suppressors for example. See, I grew up with silencers, and that was like something like my dad used to have a semi-automatic sport co, fucking 22, fucking long rifle,
right.
and you had a boss on the end of it. You could unscrew the little boss and then screw on a silencer. And when you fired subsonic ammunition out of it, you only heard the action going backwards and forwards. Literally, it just went
That's crazy.
right. Now, when you use a silencer on a rifle with um, supersonic ammunition, you still get the supersonic crack out the fucking end of the barrel.
Right.
And there's kind of no fucking point because that crack is still fucking loud and every cunt can still hear it.
Right.
Right. So I really don't get the whole point of fucking
I
putting
think it's
a
more
silencer on a
so
fucking.
I think it's more so for flare suppression than sound
No,
suppression.
no. That's a muzzle brake. That's a like it's flash suppressor is what we call it out here. Um,
Yeah, we
but
call them
like,
flare suppressors.
yeah,
But
like
yeah,
bloody,
essentially the same thing.
but that doesn't do much shit either because you still actually do get a fucking flash out the end of the barrel. I mean, like every time you see in a Hollywood movie, like
Yeah.
someone firing an M16 and there's a giant fucking muzzle blast coming out the end. Well, they've still got a flash suppressor on the end of the fucking gun.
Yeah.
Sure, they up the fucking blank load so as it's gonna make that fucking big flash, but you have a look at fucking combat footage with US forces, especially at night. There's still fucking sparks and a little bit of flame that comes out the end of the barrel. It still gives you away your
Yeah.
position. Yeah, sure, it sort of suppresses it a little bit, but fucking, you're not going to be shooting fireballs out of a fucking M16 if you didn't have a flash suppressor on the end of it.
Oh, but I want to
Um,
fire fireballs out of a fucking M16.
Get yourself a 10 gauge semi-automatic shotgun like Kentucky Ballistics just got.
No.
Like, holy
No, I
shit,
want to do
fucking
it out of an
fireball coming out of
M16,
that.
Farty. I want some fucking fun around here, god damn it.
Well, this thing fucking doesn't just shoot fireballs; it shoots fire rings. And it's pretty.
But I like fireballs. They're so perfect.
But he did do some stupid shit the first time around that I didn't really
Yeah.
like either. Like, he fell for the whole fucking Assad had chemical weapons bullshit the first time around and fucking bombed Damascus. But he only did that fucking once.
Right.
And thankfully, Live Leak was still around, and there were people that could fucking put forward all the evidence. And then the second time, they fucking, oh, but Assad used his chemical weapons. He didn't fucking bomb them again. He basically stayed the fuck out of it because he realised that, he was being bullshitted. But this time, like, if you haven't been paying attention, that fucking Assad's fallen, and now the moderate, which is fucking Barry the Bummer's fucking baby, basically he's cleaning up fucking his loose ends around the place,
Right.
effectively fucking over the Kurds, which the Yanks were actually fucking helping support the Kurds at one point too. But he's just going to fuck them over because Assad was the Kurds were helping Assad fight fucking ISIS and Jabhat al-Nusra and all those kinds of cunts, and there was an agreement there that if fucking Assad won against the terrorists and got the country back, that he was going to give the Kurds an autonomous region. And effectively, by removing Assad and America fucking actually supporting these fuckwit moderates, because yeah, they've actually got A-10 fucking air support at this point in time. Now the Kurds are basically on their own, and they're quietly being wiped out as we speak, which is it's fucked as far as I'm concerned. And Trump hasn't done anything to stop that from happening. And he could stop it right away by fucking just pulling support for him. But I think he's too busy
Right.
fucking
Yeah.
worrying
But
about
the
your
point of the
country and fucking over Zelensky, which is what he should be doing.
right. But the overall point is that he's not the coming of Gozer.
No, he's actually
And
a lot
he's
smarter
certainly
now. He's
not
not let the dumb cunts fucking get in his ear anymore.
right. But he's not the evil that everyone's trying to make him out to be.
No,
But
he
he's
never
also
was.
not the fucking second coming of Christ that some people are making him out to be either.
He may,
He's just a fucking president.
he may as bloody well be.
Oh, God, the way people prop him up, yeah. But fucking, I'm just tired of the rhetoric. I'm tired of the like of legacy media going, "Oh, he's evil, he's evil. You should be convinced he's evil. Russia, Russia, Russia."
Yeah, those dumb cunts
Uh,
just still trying
I'm,
to be relevant in the world where their fucking relevance is fast fucking gone.
yeah, they decided to when the internet became a thing. They decided to put up an ivory wall, an ivory tower, if you
Mm.
will, and gate themselves in and expect other people to be gated in. And then when they started losing touch, and started losing reach rather with individuals, they started, lobbying Congress and shit um to do something about it, to make it, to make them the purveyors of truth and normalcy, and look at where that fucking led them, right? Um
Well, it's also fucking. I think it's just that they're fucking too stupid to actually know what the fuck is going on. They're just trying to fucking and like see, but with the OSINT community, it's greatly apparent because well, fucking, we all know that there's Nazis in Ukraine and all this kind of stuff, but fucking the news doesn't know that because they've got no ability to find it out themselves. And some
Yeah.
bimbo on fucking Channel 7 who's only barely qualified to read the fucking teleprompter. Back in the day, a journalist, where you'd actually ask a question to them and they could give you a fucking answer, but like anything further than the fucking teleprompter, and this dumb cunt has no fucking clue.
Yeah.
And fucking, they're just still trying to seem relevant in a world that fucking, that normal people can do a better job than
The
they
world's
can
moved on
just by
without
fucking Google and shit.
right. But yeah, the world has moved on is the
I think I
point that
dropped
I'm
out for
trying
a
to
second
make.
there.
Yeah, you're good. I can hear you now.
Yeah, and it
But
was like
but yeah, the world's moved on.
fucking Jeremy Clarkson even said this several years ago with the when he started the Grand Tour. He said the world's gone to like the digital age. It's the internet world now. People aren't going to cinemas anymore. They're not watching shit on TV. They're getting most of their stuff online, and that's where everything's moving on to. And now you got these legacy fucking mainstream media
Right.
conglomerations that like with say I think it's Sears, where there was at one point there where they should have gone online, but they decided to stay with the catalog and like standalone stores and stuff like that. And how many
Yeah, and
Sears
look where they are now.
outlets? Yeah, how many Sears outlets are fucking basically just like abandoned fucking shelves? Even malls are doing the same thing too. Like malls are
Yeah.
fucking closing like crazy because fucking people are getting all their shit online. And yeah, the last death throes, and so they've got to cause controversy and shit just to get traffic, and it's only dumb fucking idiot fucking cunts like Democrats who couldn't fucking scratch their ass if they fucking were told how to do it, who are still fucking getting fed
Yeah.
by this fucking shit, and it turns out that they're the kind of people that we should have been fucking putting in asylums for fucking decades. Mm.
I've been in an asylum. That shit was great.
Yeah, there's
I'm not
plenty of cunts
joking.
out there that are far
It was
worse off
fucking
than you.
great.
Yeah, there's plenty of fucking cunts that are far worse than
Oh
you
yeah, I
that
know.
really should be in
I'm
there.
oh yeah, for sure. For sure. I'm just saying it was fucking great, man.
Another thing I don't get too is that
It
like
was
all these
great.
fucking dickheads who are sucking the US government's dick for the last 4 years, who are only doing it because they're getting paid by US acquired immune deficiency syndrome. I mean, USAID. Um, but but they're not being paid by them cunts anymore. So why are they still fucking sucking the dick? Are they that fucking dumb and useless?
it's because they're trying to keep shit like USAID going.
Well, that's not happening.
And USAID doesn't have anything to do with aid. Did you know
Yeah.
that? A lot of shit's been coming out.
Oh, there was a very, very small component of it. Like, yeah, when you do get the bags of rice over in fucking, say, North Korea or something like that, it's the
Right.
US aid on it and all this shit, just so that there was some sort of
Right.
bloody, was it plausible deniability or accountability or whatever the fuck. See, look, it is aid. But yeah, no, it's all funding
Right.
fucking programs and shit, like fucking teaching Pakistanis to be transgenders in a fucking Muslim country where that kind of shit's frowned
Yeah,
upon.
and it's all done and we touched on
Mm.
this. And Shoe on Head, I don't really watch her videos a whole lot, but Shoe on Head has this really great video deep diving into the shallow end of USAID. And for those of you playing along at home, USAID stands for the United States Agency for International Development. It is a CIA to give you a really brief overview. It is a CIA program, or was a CIA program, intended to topple foreign governments and install our own agents there.
There's a little bit more than that too that she didn't go on with,
There's more to it, but that is a very brief
but
overview.
that's also like the old adage of CIA Black Ops funding, where it was, why does the US government pay $1,000 for a hammer and $10,000 for a toilet seat? While they might have actually
Yep.
bought the hammer for $50, the rest of it went somewhere else. Or they might have spent the $100 on a toilet seat and the rest of it went somewhere else. And
Yep.
if you go watch Charlie Wilson's War, they pretty much come out and fucking detail it there, where there's this CIA operative trying to help Charlie Wilson fucking, get weapons into Afghanistan to help the Mujahideen back in the late 70s, early 80s. And Charlie Wilson's like, yeah, no worries, I can get you the fucking fundage. Just like, what do we need? Like the money's there. It's a Black Ops budget. We just ask for this, and then we just chuck on a whole bunch of other shit underneath it. And this is like with that whole fucking, as I was mentioning before, with the ATF and fucking putting in shit like bump stocks and fucking suppressors and all this kind of shit. It was like, oh,
Yeah.
well, we want to pass this, and then there's a whole bunch of shit in the fine print we're just hoping you don't fucking look at. And of course, no one fucking looks at it, so of course it gets passed. And that's where, like, fucking, oh, well, we want to do this we want to build a school in Afghanistan, but that's what, why does the school cost $10 million? Well, because that's also going to be like a bunch of Stinger missiles and fucking, PEC-4 and detonated first fucking communications radios and fucking blah, 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 blah. And the next thing you know, you got yourself fucking guerrilla army subverting a government somewhere in the world.
Yeah. So, I mean, just to circle back, yeah, I'm not a fan of some of the things Trump has done. I'm not going to be a fan of some of the things Trump has done. I will be a fan of some of the things he has done, right? I think there's always that, like, some level of maybe, maybe not. When
Look at it like medication. All medication has a side effect
yeah,
or a bunch of side effects.
yeah,
So
right,
while he's
yeah,
curing your disease, you might have a bit of diarrhea here or there.
that's okay. You
He
know,
might give you the
a little
shits.
bit more diarrhea, a little bit more diarrhea on my part won't be life
While he's
changing.
doing the right thing, he might give you the shits every now and then. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not a fan of Trump. I'm not a fan of I'm not a fan of Trump, but I'm also not like an anti-Trump guy. Is the point that I'm trying to get across. And while I'm not an anti-Trump guy, I am tired of the anti-Trump bullshit.
Mm.
I'm just tired of the constant. But it's been over a decade now, guys. Come on. If it's not over a decade, it's at least been more than the better part of a decade.
What I reckon everybody needs to do is
And
just stop playing fucking nice, because it's only the bad guy that'll tell you that, like, no, you shouldn't do this because only fucking the bad guy does that, which is what they're exactly doing to you.
right,
It's like, oh, well, we're gonna
right,
shit on
yeah,
you guys, but you're not allowed to fucking shit on us back because that's only what the bad people do. And it's like, oh, so you're calling yourself the bad guy now, right? So now it's time to crack fucking skulls. Get down in
yeah.
the gutter, roll your
So
sleeves up with them, and start thumping the fucking crap out of them.
right. So like his move to dismantle USAID, cool. I'm all
Mm.
for it. His move to swiftly uh, get illegal migrants out of the country, all for it. And before people start going, well, no one is illegal. If you cross into a country without permission from that country through something like a visa or a green card or whatever that country's equivalent is, you should expect to be treated as a
Yep.
criminal.
You've
Okay?
literally broken the law.
It would right. It would be just like me walking into your house, sitting down on your couch, turning on whatever I want to turn on the TV, and raiding your fucking fridge without permission. It would the exact same fucking thing. The only difference is it's on a smaller scale, right?
Yeah.
It's on a less illegal scale than traipsing into a country uninvited. But it's still a crime. I've still entered your home without permission. You don't know who the fuck I am. You don't know what the fuck I want. You don't know if I'm going to turn you. You don't know if I'm going to turn you into the bathtub scene from Scarface. You don't know.
Well, that's just the thing. One other thing that I really don't understand is that how many fucking Americans all of a sudden are just fucking completely disregarded and forgotten the whole fucking yes, no, you have a secure border. You do actually, in fact, need a visa to be there. Like, you need a green card to actually, like, fucking stay there for a great deal of time. You need a working permit to actually work there. So if I went there as a tourist and on a tourist visa, and I earned some
Mhm.
money, then I could be in shit because I didn't have the correct visa. Like,
Right.
and as someone who has been to the States and has gone through the actual process, you actually have to, like, for me, I had to go to the US consulate in Sydney. I had to hand over my passport, come back after a couple of days after they've gone through my fucking background like a dose of salts and made sure that I wasn't a complete cunt. And then it was up in the
I
air.
mean, you are a complete
Yeah.
cunt, but that's beside
And then even then, it was up in
the
the air whether I got a fucking visa or not. And
right.
my idiot brother tried doing this fucking about fucking 7 or 8 years ago, where a whole bunch of his DJ mates had invited him over, and realistically, he didn't go because the whole fucking thing of spending 23 hours on a plane without being able to smoke weed. That was actually the reason why he didn't go. But fucking
Because he had to go a whole day without fucking
yeah,
pot.
that's how much weed he
What
smokes.
a fucking
Yeah, that's how
loser.
much weed he smokes. He's got to have pre-wake up cones, wake up cones, post wake up cones, pre getting out of bed cones, getting out of bed cones, post getting out of bed cones, pre putting on a sock cones, putting
Fucking
on a sock cone,
loser.
fucking post putting on a sock cone, putting on the pre putting on the other sock cone, putting on a sock, putting on the other sock cone, post putting on the other sock cone. That cunt smokes more fucking weed than the cunt's actually fucking got mass, right? That's why I don't do drugs, because my brother does them all for me. Um, Anyway, fucking, but his bullshit story, right, was that he put his visa in and all this, and then when he went to go get it back, they didn't say anything. So he just assumed he didn't get a fucking visa. And then, like, fucking 6 weeks later, after the event happened and the money dried up and he wasn't going to go anyways, he
Mhm.
then decided to look in the back of his visa where there was a complete, his passport, where there was a perfectly valid visa. And it's like, my brother is a fucking idiot. And then it dawned on me, no, it's a 23-hour flight, and he wouldn't be able to smoke weed then. And then, like, if he did fucking have weed, like, well, what's he going to do? He's going to get off the plane in California, and I don't know where he was going to go after that. But then he would have had to spend however long in fucking California with no contacts and no weed and shit, and then probably wasn't going to get anything until he
Oh,
had his connecting
please, it's
flight to
fucking
wherever.
California. You can spit in our direction and hit a fucking weed shop because
Yeah, but
what
knowing that
else
dumb
is
cunt,
there?
knowing
Huh?
that dumb cunt, he would have bought it off a fucking undercover cop and got himself arrested straight away.
Oh, probably. I mean, there's a fucking no, in California, there's fucking dispensaries everywhere. All he would have had to have done is walk in and be like, "Yeah, I've got pain in my back, but I'm here on a visa."
Yeah, well, bloody, he's a dumb cunt. Like, fuck, when I was going to the States, he's giving me this, oh, yeah, be careful, because every cunt's going to fucking rob you because they know what fucking tourists are like. It's like, no, I've got my own self. I've only got my own defense. Everywhere I go in the fucking world, I just fucking dress like a fucking shitbag Darrow. I either look like I'm going to fuck you, kill you, or eat you, or I've got no money, so don't fuck with me anyway.
Get the raggedy fucking fingerless gloves, the shitty fucking weave beanie cap that looks like it was pulled out of the fucking dumpster after a rat fucked it to death. Um,
It's just more raggedy fucking, like, bloody
dirty fucking
old
over.
kind of fucking faded clothes and fucking, like, say with Sierra Leone, for example, I was running around with a Marpat jacket with the sleeves ripped off. And, most people saw that and thought, fucking, I'm going to fucking kill them or eat them. Or, like, as we were going out to the provinces one day, we were fucking screaming down this fucking road and come up to this police roadblock. It's like a 14 by 14 tent. There's like about a dozen guys, SLRs everywhere, and all this kind of shit. Albert just beeps the
Right.
horn, fucking, they drop the rope, and we go flying through. This happens like 3 more times, and I'm thinking every time this happens, I'm thinking, fuck, he's going to get me shot in a minute. And after the third time, I'm like, hey, weren't we supposed to stop there? And he goes, yes. I said, well, why didn't we? And he goes, because of you, sir. And I'm like, What? They think I'm a Marine? He goes, yep.
I mean, they're not
Anyway,
far off, are they?
oh well, we don't really have Marines, but yeah.
Yeah, but they're not like the concept, like in concept, they're not very far off.
Well, I also found too that because of what happened, they're very sketchy about fucking militaries, especially foreign military. So white cunt fucking military jacket. They're probably thinking, fucking, you don't fuck with this guy. He's going to genocide the fucking lot of us. Don't be the asshole to make the white cunt genociders. um, but no, that was a great place. Everyone wanted to be your friend. Um,
Hmm. I may
oh,
have to
geez.
retire there. Take $5 grand and just live out the rest of my life.
Yeah, had to buy a house. Buy a big, big, lively house. Like
Fake my
fucking hell,
death.
like we were getting fucking petrol, and like they still have like court workers, like forecourt workers, where like they'll pump your fuel for you, and you pay at the fucking bowser.
Oh shit.
And while the Sheila was pumping the fuel, she was trying to fucking pick me up. It's like, I give you my number, and you call me before you leave. I'm like, okay, all right.
Maybe.
Can't be
We'll
bothered.
see.
Mm.
I think I have a goat to fuck that day, but we'll see.
You take me back to Australia. Give me good life, yeah. They fucking were parked in a no parking zone, and the two female coppers come up, and I thought they were going to book us for fucking in the no standing zone. They're like,
Mm,
"Oh, where are you from?" So, "Oh, from Australia." I was like, "Oh, well, you enjoying the place?" Yeah, yeah. So, well, what are you doing now? So, I'm going to go buy souvenirs, and because there's not really much of a tourist industry, they didn't know what the fuck a
right.
souvenir was. And once Albert and fucking explained it to them, it's like, "Oh, gifts for my friends back home." And they're like, "Oh, well, you buy me a gift?" And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, that looks like a bad sort. Yeah, hang around, see what I get you." They're
Well,
actually quite pretty too.
I bet.
Yeah, it's a
Um,
great place. A better third world country. There's no fat chicks. Oh, that was another funny part too. And this was like culture shock that fucking I had to be reminded of, because it was like this is like the third time I've been to Africa, and I completely forgotten. We're driving out of the promises, and there's a Sheila with her tits out, fucking walking down the road, and I'm like, "Oh, Albert, Albert, look!" And he's like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's right. This shit's normal here."
yeah. Fun fact: it is legal in the state of New York to go topless, braless for women. And it's not considered an indecency crime.
Now, having said that, while it's legal, now you've got all these shitbag fuckwit migrants in the place. It's one of those things that while you can, is it really prudent to do it? Because one of these
Is it
bastards is just
worth
going to
it?
go and grab your tit.
Yeah, is it worth it? Ask yourself if it's worth it.
Yeah, you're going to
Um,
be walking down the street, and all of a sudden, your tit's going to start stretching behind you by the nipple, and that's because some fucking migrants grabbed it.
oh my god, Farty, you're too much today, dude.
It's like the old Dennis Leary thing. You wanted to solve
Oh yeah.
peace in the Middle East, just get the Goodyear blimp and paint a giant fucking nipple on it, and fly it over the Middle East, and they'll just stop fighting. And go, "Oh, look at the tit, look at the tit, look at the tit, look at the tit, the tit, the tit."
Just get one of those blimps that has like the double uh the double pouch or whatever they fucking call it. Just paint it flesh colored and put a little pink, little pink circle on the front of them.
Yeah, and on the back of it, you can just put a big cunt in the bottom part of it, where they're like,
There you go.
yeah, tits and cunts, tits and cunts. But it's the Middle East, so you'd have to paint it like a donkey.
I figure I figure a lot of the problems in the Middle East can be solved with beer.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, like if you listen to the ISIS cunts, they were saying, they used to say take beer and snack bar.
Yeah. I mean, look at it. It's a joyless culture, right? All they fucking do is pray.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to dance or sing. It sounds like fucking living in an Amish community. I could not do it. I would go
Well,
fucking. I would go pile.
I'd fucking like. I kind of understand him, man, because if I couldn't fuck out
Right.
of wedlock, eat bacon, watch porn, or fucking do whatever the fuck I wanted and all this kind of shit, I'd probably run a plane into a building too.
Yeah, seriously. Um, just yeah. We're gonna get off this train of before we get
Before
fucking
we start World
swatted.
War fucking three.
Fucking someone's gonna swat us.
Oh yeah, well, just real quick, there was a massive explosion at a port in fucking Iran yesterday.
Oh, lovely.
Um, which was funny because they're trying to bomb the bloody thing by air with an air like the fucking firebomber air tanker, and the cunt keeps
Right.
fucking missing it.
Oh my
It's
god.
bloody hilarious because they've got one setting on this plane and it's like dumped for like a 2 mile stretch, but they keep fucking starting like 3 fucking miles before the bloody fire. And they're flying too fucking high for it anyway, so it all disperses before it fucking actually hits the bloody fire. And the fire is that small, you can fight it from the ground anyway, so like what the fuck are they doing?
the
But
the funnier part is next they'll be putting petroleum in the in the tanks and dumping that over the fire. Like,
it
yeah,
wouldn't
we got it
surprise
on
me.
the fire, but now we made it bigger.
It wouldn't surprise me because my lab mate Charlie, his idiot fucking sister, one day fucking at a house fire said, "Why are they pouring petrol in the fire for?" And I'm like, "What the fuck?" She goes, "Yeah, well the hose is coming from the truck and you put petrol into cars, so like, I'm you fucking idiot. Um, separate fucking tank full of water, you dumb bitch." Anyway, buddy. Anyway, so what blew
That's
up?
funnier than it has any right to be.
Yeah, I know. That's fucking labs for you. But he
Oh my god.
Yeah, there is a fun bit of innocence with Lebanese Sheilas that they're brought up to do nothing but bring up fucking children, and they don't get taught anything else. But then you just like have to put up with them for so many years, and it's like, yeah, the stupid cute really wears off fucking fast.
Oh, I bet.
Um,
Mm.
so the thing that blew up was sodium perchlorate, which is also the component in solid rocket fuel.
Right.
And the Iranian government saying that, yeah, this is the stuff they were buying off China to make the rockets to throw at Israel, which kind of fucking suggests that this was not an accident.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering whether it was 3 letter organizations from another 3 letter fucking abbreviated country, or is it the Israelis?
Mm.
What's the Haganah been up to?
I have $10 that says it was us.
Yeah, I got an equal bet either way.
But yeah, you look at shit around the world, and USAID makes a lot of fucking like connects a lot of dots. I wasn't gonna say it makes a lot of sense, but you connect a lot of dots, and then you
Mm.
start to realize, gee, no wonder why the rest of the world hates the United States.
Yeah,
Yeah, go figure. Yeah, I wonder why.
I mean, even the Vietnam War in the recent years is sort of like I've seen it in a different light, and you have like the veterans that we've got that PTSD to fucking all this, and I'm sort of
Yeah.
now sort of under the realization of, well, if we're all fucked up from it, how the fucking poor Vietnamese, like, what the fuck, what we fucking did to them, poor fucking cunts,
Oh
and we just
yeah,
fucked
for
off and left
sure.
them.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, you think about the state we left the fucking country in when we pulled out. They're
Yeah,
they're still not recovered economically. I mean, our veterans from the era are fucked up psychologically, right?
mm,
They got yanked out of there. They didn't have any time to decompress.
no.
And they're still fucked up. The Vietnam vets that are still around are fucking they're playing Russian roulette every fucking day, you know. And this is not like I'm not trying to make light of our Vietnam vets. Like they're in a scary fucking place now, like mentally.
Well,
You,
especially after they basically witnessed the same fucking thing with the pull out of Afghanistan. Like I was
right.
jokingly saying, fucking when Potato was saying, oh, this is not going to be like the fall of Saigon. We're not going to be pulling people off the roof of the embassy. And it's like, no, you're going to be landing the helicopters in the forecourt instead, just to fucking say you didn't do it off the roof.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what they fucking did.
Oh yeah. And there were still fucking plenty of bodies they pulled out of that too.
Mm. Oh,
Fucking
and of course, just like in Vietnam, we basically left a bunch of fucking allies to the enemy, and all this, and there's the groovy fucking situation that no one understands, that fucking we're running around with these biometric fucking readers that fucking we were fingerprint and eyeball scanning fucking everybody, and fucking we left those with everyone's records on them. So the Taliban
Yeah.
just walked in and went, "Oh, thanks for collating everyone we need to go and grab now."
Yeah.
They can't even fucking hide from us now.
It's
They just
fucking
stick a thing in their face
travesty.
and go, "Right, you're fucking Ahmed Mahokan Dahokan Dahaha, and you were working for the CIA. Come with us, son."
Right. So yeah, being an American is a bit of a mixed bag for me because I'm one, I want to be a patriot, but on the other hand, I'm also like, can we maybe stop doing this shit?
The problem is we kind of fucking need yous, and we kind of need yous to be a bit of an asshole like this, or else fucking, like
Yeah,
we'd be
but
fucking Chinese now.
think about it. The last 6 years alone, that the shit we've been allowing or encouraging or whatever the case may be with USAID. Think of the shit that's been going on, right?
Yeah,
And think
like
of it.
I never used to mind it when yous were at least pretending to cover it up and pretending it wasn't fucking going on. But fucking, this was something else with Biden that was just fucking annoying to me, is that he was doing a lot of it out in the open because
Oh yeah,
it was a case
he
of,
was
oh,
so
but everybody
brazen
does
with
it.
it.
Yeah, but everybody does it, and fucking, da, 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 da. It's like sort of like the corruption kind of situation. Like the corruption was only going on because everyone was good at covering it up. And then this cunt's just like, yeah, I'm taking money here because I'm corrupt as fuck. Everyone, and then like, yeah, but everyone's corrupt as fuck. And it's like, yeah, but you're supposed to keep it quiet, dickhead.
Yeah, maybe not say that part out loud, you piece of
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Um, yeah. So there's plenty to be said of what the fuck.
It's the old adage of like when people used to steal out of the Q store. If you were stealing the kit for yourself, right, an ammo pouch here, a backpack there, a set of uniforms there. If you're only replacing fucking stuff that you've got, or you're just adding to your own kit, that's perfectly fine. But the second you go down to the disposal store and start making a buck on it, that's when we start having a problem with it.
Right? Yeah. Um, if you're stealing to help yourself, I don't have a problem with it. If you're stealing to help yourself get fatter pockets, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
Mm. Yeah, so like
Um,
another adage is the organised crime thing. Okay, if you're going to be fucking shooting at each other, that's fine. Don't get the civilians involved.
yeah,
Once you get the civilians involved, now we have to get involved.
yeah,
And that sort of just, yeah, that kept the peace with organised crime for a great deal of time.
yeah. I don't know, man. I have mixed feelings about some things. Um, but overall, I like this is the country I was born in.
Mm.
This is where my father came to as a fucking as a child. Um, I I want to see my country doing well, but I also want to see us cutting the shit out too.
Yeah, well, that's another thing that, like, you guys need to realise as well, is that, like, a strong America means a strong, ally base. Like, if you guys
Right,
go fucking weak, well, then we don't have a leg to stand on either. Neither does Britain, neither does Europe. And fucking, this is kind of what fucking China and Russia with BRICS and all that kind of stuff is trying to do: destabilize America, bring down the US dollar dominancy and
right.
de-dollarization and all this kind of shit and subvert power. And if you guys fucking fall, well, then the rest of us go too, and there's nothing to fucking stand in their way. And basically, fucking, that's where China invades Australia, and you don't have your fucking permanent aircraft carrier in the South Pacific, and fucking you lose a lot of resources and all this, and you'll never get it back. You'll never be able to get back
Oh
on top
yeah,
or anything like that. And eventually, they'll fucking come for you guys
oh
once they've
yeah, for
taken the rest of
sure,
us out.
for sure. Like I do not disagree with you at all on any of those points. I just want to see us cut the shit of going into foreign countries and toppling foreign governments just to do it.
Mm.
You know?
Well, that was another thing I said when Trump was coming back in too, is that like the US military was at its lowest since before World War Two, which was almost non-existent because
right.
basically after World War One, you said to all your veterans, "Off you go, fuck off, see you later, fucking downsize the military again because we don't need you anymore." That was a big world war, and that's never happening again. Fucking now Pete Hegseth is actually starting to fucking turn that around because there's actually some fucking faith in the military, and you're getting rid of all the fucking wankers and dickheads and fucking putting in people who actually want to fucking be there now. Which
Yeah.
is part of the reason why everyone was leaving en masse under Potato, because especially after fucking Afghanistan, that was just like a massive kick in the fucking teeth. There was a point to it up until the point that fucking Potato did what he did, and then everything was pointless after that. And that
Right.
just took all the fucking morale out of everybody. But now you're getting a better military and you're getting stronger and fucking the economy's coming back and all this kind of crap. Fucking I forgot where I was going with that.
It's all right, Farty. I forgot where you were
No,
going with it too.
Shit. Fuck, never mind.
Yeah,
That's just decided to fuck right off and it's never coming back.
it's okay, Farty. I forgot where you were going with it too.
Mm.
Um,
Go back to when I was wanking about all of this before fucking Potato came in and
yeah,
on
yeah,
Dodger's channel. You'll see what I mean when I was where I was talking.
right. But yeah, those the big things that I'm happy with are the fucking FAFO moments that have been going on
Yeah,
recently. Though that is the spotlight today, I think.
yeah. Oh, another thing that's funny too is all these fucking school teachers are getting picked up for fucking fiddling with kids too,
Oh god, yeah, I saw that.
and it's mostly women.
Um I'm kind of grossed out, to be honest.
Well, it's confusing, like a little bit, so because like a lot of the teachers that they're picking up are real hot Sheilas, and it's sort of like the only people who must be complaining are the fathers because little Johnny's getting more pussy than I am, but because I'm pretty sure at fucking 14 years old, I wasn't fucking, I wouldn't have said no to some of the fucking teachers if they decided to tickle me pickle.
I mean, at the same time, it's still fucking statutory, you
Mm.
know?
But on the other hand, too, if like it was a bloke doing it to a 14-year-old Sheila, like 14-year-old girl, it was like, yeah, you dirty cunt.
Yeah. um, yeah, I
Oh,
just,
if here's something along those lines too with the teachers and stuff. There's angry cops on the Unsubscribed podcast yesterday displayed like a massive chunk of PTSD while he was trying to say this. Cunt was in tears.
right.
Um, did the whole fucking can't talk mid sentence fucking had a little cry fucking thing.
Mm,
No, I saw that and I'm like, ooh shit, PTSD inbound.
yeah.
Um, before everybody else clicked on what it was. Guess how I know how I can recognize that, boys and
Hmm.
girls? Anyway, fucking, he was talking about the school system in Buffalo, New York,
Right.
and how, as a cop, he's come across things where, like, some of the teachers are actually trying to cover shit up. Like, there's one kid that there was an attempted abduction, and they went as far as to delete fucking CCTV footage, and then refused to fucking call the cops. And when the cops got involved, they refused to make statements, and then got the fucking the school system's legal team involved.
That's
And
crazy.
I'm pretty sure this is a large chunk of why Trump's adamant that the fucking school system needs to be fucking shut down from like and rebuilt from the fucking ground up.
It's not so much the school system, it's the Department of Education.
That's the one that I'm talking about. Yeah,
Yeah.
Department of Education. Um, and like, doesn't matter what this guy's trying to do, it gets fucking thrown up the fucking chain of command, and then it hits some motherfucker that's a high rank or fucking partially in fucking state government or something like that, and fucking it just gets canned.
Yeah. There's been some gross shit going on. And
but there's another thing there too that I'm really sort of absolute bafflement about, and I see this a lot too, and it's your volunteer fire services. And every now and then you'll hear about, like, oh, this lot's fucking needing of new equipment. This lot keeps getting broken into, and they're using all their donations that they need to get new hoses and fucking, breathing apparatus sets and fucking blah 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 blah, by fucking having to resupply their fucking med kits because junkies break in, and they fucking pinch all the fucking groovy shit out of the fucking med kits and stuff like that. And there's no help from the government and all this, and like.
yeah.
The reason why it baffles me is because in my state, New South Wales, which is about the size of about 6 or 7 US states, right, we've got 2,000 rural fire service stations, and these are the volunteer side of things. This is on top of, like, the paid professionals, right, and retained brigades, which is a retained brigade is kind of like the volunteers. You don't actually man the station. You get the pager goes off, and you get paid like per job kind of thing. But unless you're fighting fires, you're not getting paid.
Right.
But other than that, we've got 2,000 volunteer stations in New South Wales. We've even got fucking, and every year that goes by, we're getting more, and it's getting bigger too. So we've now got jet fucking fire bombers now, like 737s that fucking, drop fucking water on fires.
Nice.
Plus there's all the helicopters, plus there's all the other fixed wing fucking assets that we got.
Right.
I just saw on Facebook we're now starting to actually do fucking rescue ourselves instead of fucking VRA or SES coming along. Because back in Blacktown, it was a case of fucking, you could finish the job, and then about a week later, the fucking SES would finally roll up to where it was. That's how fucking slow they were.
Shit.
So we ended up having to do a bit of rescue ourselves when we weren't actually sort of rescue fucking accredited. But, like, we can fucking fund 2,000 fucking brigades, and a lot of these stations have got multiple vehicles in each station, and we can do that, and it's all new equipment, and we're not the poor cousins or anything like that. Haven't been for about 20 years now, 24, 27 years now. Fucking Christ, getting old. Anyway, fucking. But then there's, like, you hear about this one brigade in this one county of one state, and they're fucking, like, the last one I seen was that they got given a plot of land to build a station on and all this, and now the plot of land got sold, and it was supposed to be that they were supposed to, like, keep the fucking fire station, leave it there, but now fucking apparently they want them fucking off the premises, so they don't have a station anymore. And they've got an old vehicle that's like makes it look like they're from fucking the 1940s, and there's no cunt to fucking help them. They've got to work on some fucking bullshit fucking fire levy in their own fucking town, and it's like out of about 1,500 people, only 20 people pay to the fire levy, and it's only like $20 a month or some shit like that.
That's fucking. That's absurd.
Like, how the fuck can't the state governments fucking actually cough up a fucking buck to fund these cunts properly? Like, if we can do it to 2,000 fucking stations in a state the size of New South Wales, how the fuck can't you fucking, some of your pissy little tiny states fucking just, fund a few fucking brigades here or there? And it's not like, you guys are fucking poor. I mean, we're a fucking third world country in comparison to your fucking GDP. Like, you guys have way more fucking money than what we do. How the fuck does this not work? So this is one thing I wouldn't mind Doge fucking getting involved in. Sort of like, if you these pissy little states can't afford to fucking throw a few $1,000s at a fucking volunteer fire station every couple of fucking months, then where the fuck is all the money going?
Yeah, it's getting, if it's not going to where it needs to be going, it's definitely getting fucking pocketed.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's the only obvious explanation for it.
What the fuck?
Yeah. But getting back on the dumb cunts, Never in my fucking life did I ever think that I'd ever actually get to directly speak to fucking Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker. And
Right.
never in my life did I ever fucking think that the 3 times so far that I did get to speak to Mark Hamill was me saying to him, stop being a dickhead. That's happened.
Yeah. Never meet your heroes, kids.
Yep. That's why I don't idolize anybody. I don't have any heroes.
Never meet your heroes because they're not who you think they are.
No, well, either that or people like to go and fucking undermine them. So, like, someone
Right.
like two people I used to look up to, well, still do, because fucking sluts, fuck them. Phil Koperberg and Randy Cunningham.
Okay.
Randy Cunningham, he was a governor of some fucking joint, but he was the first naval fighter race in Vietnam. And funnily enough, I only heard his fucking Rio fucking talk the other day, Willie Driscoll. Um, but he was also one of the instructors at Navy Fighter Weapons School, or Top Gun.
Okay.
Um, and then there was Phil Koperberg, who used to be the old commissioner of the Rural Fire Service back when I was, and if it wasn't for him, I'd be dead. Because just the way he ran that fucking kept us all safe.
Mm-hmm.
And in both occasions, when they started, like, well, once they'd made themselves a name and all this kind of stuff, their fuckwit wives came out. Oh, they used to beat me. I was like, listen, shit face, you fucking talk shit about this guy. I'm gonna fucking beat you myself. But of course, yeah, their fucking reputations are ruined because of fucking dumb whores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another thing that's been bothering me. Fucking get people getting away with accusing people of shit that they haven't done, and not having any fucking uh any legal basis to stand on for it.
Well, that's also partly the attitudes of fucking everything, right? Say, for instance, out here we've got this whole fucking domestic violence is bad and high, and if you're a wife beater, you're bad and high. But they never mind the fact that like lesbian relationships account for like 70 fucking percent of like domestic violence, whereas
Right.
heterosexual relationships is only like about nearly half, and gay relationships it's almost non-existent. Like poof blokes, hardly ever beat each other up. That's probably because, like, with blokes, it's like you can get into a fight and punch each other in the head like the night before, but the next morning you're fucking good mates again because we're
Yeah.
not. It's,
I can't
um,
like I can't like remember how many times I've gotten into a fight with a friend of mine, and like would fucking knock the slobber out of each other, and then the next day it was just business as usual.
yeah, yeah, you'd be having a beer 5 minutes later. Fucking so with that, then they're convincing bitches to fucking divorce their fucking husbands and all this kind of shit. And when I was doing a private investigation course years ago, a police prosecutor instructor, former police prosecutor instructor, he fucking came out and said that like the solicitors put each other against each other. Like his lawyer will say to her lawyer, tell her he said this, and that'll fucking piss her off. And then tell him she said that, fucking that'll piss him off. And now it's a case of, well, there's always domestic violence in the case of these divorces, and women are just divorcing because fucking feminism has told them that fucking, oh, you can do better on your own as a strong, independent woman's. And
Yeah.
I guarantee fucking to you, the dickhead fucking lawyer is saying to the fucking stupid bimbo, hey, just go to the cops and say, oh, yeah, he knocked you around a bit. Don't worry, he won't get into trouble or anything like that. But because fucking women are easily manipulated and fucking stupid, they go ahead and do it. And he gets an AVO, gets treated like shit, probably thumped the fuck by the cops. And then he comes back to her, so what the fuck did you do that for? Like, oh no, he's broke the AVO. Oh, he's now pissed off. Like, genuinely pissed off now.
Gee,
And
I
then
wonder why he's pissed off.
yeah. And then the fucking silly sluts, like fucking 10 minutes after the divorce has been thing, they're like, oh, I think that was a dumb idea. Maybe I should just undo it. Or it's like, yeah, it's a bit fucking late for that, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
But that's, sort of like the mentality. And like, everybody fucking knows it's happening too. Like, the cops must be fucking aware of it. The fucking courts must be fucking aware of it. The solicitors dead set fucking know it's where that's happening because they're the
Well,
ones who are fucking causing it.
they're not just aware of what's happening. They're fucking helping it happen so they
Yeah.
can make a fucking quick buck off of it.
But on the other hand, too, we're about to get a former police commissioner as a fucking prime minister, maybe, depending on how much fucking drugs everyone's fucking smoking. Because it's either that or we go back to the lisping ninny who's currently selling us out to fucking China. Um, and he's now fucking, oh well, we're gonna make more taxes and all this kind of shit. And of course, the cigarette smokers are gonna get fucking lumped with it again. Like it's beyond a fucking joke now. Like I'm getting to a point where I can't afford to fucking eat. Like I'm literally fucking starving every a few days before I get fucking paid again because the pension ain't going fucking very far.
That's
Um,
fucked up, dude.
but the whole reason why the black market is happening is because of the artificially fucking
Right. Because of the
elevated fucking
void
cigarette
left
prices.
by the
Well,
because of the
because we're
void
getting because we're getting taxed to fuck because of the fucking cigarettes. Now the fucking
right.
cigarettes have caused a black market. And instead of fucking just getting rid of the taxes, making the black market not worth it anymore, they're now going to up the fucking taxes because the black market's going to cost them fucking more. Now they've got to fucking find money to fight this fucking black market bullshit. And you didn't win the war on drugs. What fucking drugs are you cunts on now?
Yeah.
But the police commissioner who should fucking know better, it's like, well, this is just a strategic move. Lower the fucking taxes so as the black market disappears. There you go, you've won your fucking war. But no, let's go the other way. Because I'm Peter Dutton, who looks like a giant button. He does. He looks like a bloody big spud.
Oh my god. You're too fucking much today, Farty. Have I said that?
I need coffee. Speaking of which, the survey just opened. It's 6 a.m.
Yay. Is it
It's
6
6 a.m.
Holy
It's time
shit.
for me to go and fucking annoy everybody outside.
All right.
For
Well, then I
5 minutes.
guess that's a good time for us to end the stream so Farty can go get, a couple of heads caved in and coffee before breakfast happens.
Yeah, go get my anti-end the world medication.
All right, well, we're gonna take off here and we'll stream at you whenever we fucking feel like it next.